the best protein you can have, and how to get more protein, and how to avoid protein deficiency in a raw food diet. Stay there to learn more. Hi there, I'm Eduardo Corassa, more known here in Brazil by Dr. Corassa, because I'm a clinical nutritionist and I'm more known even more by my radical lifestyle, doing long water fasts and living a natural hygiene lifestyle. That means I exercise every day, I live on raw foods, and I also focus on sunshine, chronobiology, chrononutrition, a lot of other stuff. So if you're new to the channel, please click the links below in the description and click the cards over here to know more about how to produce health through healthful living. When we talk about protein, most people equate protein to meat, but that's not true. We have protein even in a banana, an avocado, a lot of other fruits and vegetables has protein in it. So I suggest you to click the link below or the card to know more about which fruits has more protein in it. But what is the best kind of protein and how to get more protein in a raw food diet? How to avoid muscle loss? How to avoid getting too thin in a raw food diet? That is quite simple. The first thing you need to understand that fruits and vegetables has enough protein to meet our biological needs. But for sure, it's way less than most people are getting in the usual diets. So what usually people switch meat to in a vegan diet? Quite simple. Beans, legumes, that means chickpeas, lentils, soy, peas, and a lot of other beans. So here I'm going to show you how to eat raw beans so you can get more protein out of them. If you want to gain a little bit more of muscle mass and not having to go for the usual routes like steroids, protein powders, and eating meat, eating a lot of things that are bad for your health, you can actually increase a little bit your protein intake with using legumes. There's several forms of using them so you can get a little bit more lean, and still have good health. So here we have chickpeas, but they are raw and dry. So you cannot eat them this way. You have to throw water in them and wait for 8 hours. Put a lot of water and wait for them 8 hours. So you're going to hydrate them. This is black eyed peas, but hydrated for more than 8 hours. So I can take off the water. The black eyed peas are actually the only beans that are quite soft, but I don't suggest them eating raw. You can heat it then a little bit, but that wouldn't be a raw food diet, that's for sure. But we have a lot of different varieties of beans, and this is what we call here rope bean in Brazil. So some are more young and tender, some are more mature, but all of them are still fresh. That means they have a lot of water in it, and you can. So this is where those beans come from. You just peel, and you have these quite young beans. They are quite tasty, actually. You can use them in salads, you can do recipes with them, but this is still fresh and tender, the best way to eat beans. And this is way more ripe, but it's still fresh. So you can see the difference in color of the pods and of the bean itself. So you can eat them fresh, you can eat them hydrated or sprouted. I don't have sprouted beans right here, so I have here fenugreek sprouted. That is actually a grain, but it's the same way I would sprout the chickpeas or the lentils or peas, You just throw in water, wait for a day, you remove the water and just wait for a day and it will start to sprout, and then you can eat it if you want to sprout it, or you can even eat hydrated. But beans actually have the same or almost the same protein as meat does, but it doesn't have the saturated fat, the cholesterol, the heme iron with the pro-oxidants, doesn't have a lot of BCAAs and methionine that actually are correlated with cancer and diabetes. So the nutritional profile of the beans are way much better than the nutritional profile of the meat or any animal product whatsoever. Without you having to kill the animal, it's pretty cheaper, pretty more healthier for you and the planet. So I have been living off fruits and vegetables for 16 years. But sometimes when I want to get a little bit more lean and buffed for a date or something like that, I just know that I can use these beans to get more protein in it. I can gain weight and look more normal. So you can use chickpeas and make like a raw hummus. You can use lentils. Lentils are 35% protein. It's actually even more than meat and more than beans itself. Not every bean you can eat it raw, so be aware. Don't go eating normal beans so you can really have a poisoning effect and be pretty ill for a few hours. So don't try to eat any kind of beans, but chickpeas, lentils, and peas, and some raw beans that you can eat raw, like this one, it's okay. I don't make my diet based on this, but sometimes I just eat it a little bit with my hands or throw them in a salad or can even make it hummus. So if you want to learn more about how to make beans, I have a book that is actually only with raw recipes, but with raw recipes that are high in protein, using sprouted grains and legumes, so you can get more protein to your diet if you want and if you think you need it. Because actually fruits and vegetables provide everything we need, but if you want some more, you can find ways to prepare the food to make it more tasty, because these complex carbohydrates, these starchy foods, even if they're sprouted, they're still not tasty, you know? So that's why cooking food and salting food makes them way more palatable. So I can teach you through several different raw food techniques to make them palatable without making them harmful as cooking does. Please give it a thumbs up. Comment below if you ever have raw chickpeas, sprouted lentils, and don't forget to share, subscribe, and hit the bell button to be notified for new videos. And also, if you want my help with raw food nutrition or normal nutrition, contact me. I can give you consultations online. We have almost 10 books published, one already on Amazon in English. And also, I run retreats here in Brazil, always January and July, and we have 6 online courses to help you out to make a better lifestyle choices and maybe not just prevent disease, but maybe actually even reverse it. So you want to know more? Click these videos right here.